What's up, guys? It's me, Doc, from SampleKings.com. That's right. Today's lesson, as you saw in the thumbnail, we're going to take one voice, one sample, a pretty long sample. I'm going to take that, I'm going to create two-part harmony, no, three-part harmony. I can even do four-part harmony with one voice. I can pitch it, pitch correct it, I can warp the sample out, then I can disguise it, and you wouldn't even know it was just one voice. Kind of cool. This lesson is all about using your MPC. So we're using an MPC One in this lesson. MPC ONE PLUS, it works for 2. Also works for the MPC Live 2, and of course, the MPC X and the MPC SE. Now, if you want to get lessons from me on how to do stuff like this, all you got to do is go to the website, sign up for a lesson, get your lessons like, you got to do at least 2 hours. Lessons are about $11 an hour right now until the price changes on September 22nd, but we're doing a special on that. Any questions, hit me up also as well. I should stop talking. Let's start the lesson. And now what I want to do, I'm going to take this one sample here, that pad there, on number 10, and we're going to take this sound and make up a chorus. So tap the stop button twice, and what I actually need to do is go back in. I made a special, I'll go back to main screen here, and so I made a special program. And let's go to programs. Now I'm going to go back into menu and go to like programs, and we see this is a program for the actual drum kit. So I'm going to go back again to main screen. I'm going to select track number 1. I'm going to go to track number 3. Here I have the vocal mix here. I'm going to set up, and I've named it already to cut down time. And then I'm going to go to the actual browser here, and you'll see here I've got 3 samples. So I got 1, 2, 3, right? And I'll play them. Here's the first one. The same sample. They're lower. They're all the same sample. That's a little lower. So now I'm going to go back to main screen. I'm going to go here to where the eye is at right there. Is the eye. The eye is right there. I've opened it up now, right? So I'm actually in channel, but I want to see channel. I want to go down to here, and I want to see right here. And I want to see what the pad says. So I hit the pad. I'll make it a little louder. And that's pad 1. That's A1. So now I hit A2. A little louder. Tap stop twice. I'm gonna go hit pad A3, kind of low. So stop twice, and now I've got all 3 samples here, and they're all the same, right? So it's gonna be weird here. So I'm gonna go right now into the browser. Actually, we're gonna go to menu first, and we're gonna go to program edit. Now here I've got program edit going on here, which is kind of cool, and I got my first sample. You'll see here it says A1. That's A2. And then that's A3. All 3 pads have been struck. So here's A2. I press stop twice to stop these things. You'll see here that what's selected currently is the semi-tone function for a sound or a sample, right? And I can actually change this. So I want to change this to like something down to here, which is 2 minus 5. And let's hear this back. That's slow, right? That's like laid off of it. We don't want that. Let's click on this twice. So what I want to do is go back up here to 0. And I already know what the speed of this sample already is, because it says so on the sample pad. So I go back to browser, and we'll see it here. And this says right here that this is the vocal, and it's 89 BPM. I hit this pad here. All the same, as you can see. So I'm going to go right back in here to, go back to here, and go back to program. And so what I want to do here with this first sample, the very first one, I want to warp this. And once I press warp, it knows it's 89 BPM. On the second one, I'll press warp. Of course, 89 BPM. So next I'll do the third one too, so I don't get lost here. So we have all three samples warped. So now when I go here to semitone, I'm going to select -5. And listen to this. Oh, wait a minute. Now I'll get this. I'll play both at the same time. I press stop twice. So now I've got a harmony going on there. I've got the original and I got 5 semitones down. And the thing about this thing is that it doesn't sound like a girl anymore. It sounds like a guy somewhat, which isn't my idea to have it sound that way. But because we're warping, you will get that effect and it will happen that way. Now next what we'll do here is we'll have a third one. This one here. And we're at 0. I'm going to go up to 7. That sounds terrible, right? That chipmunk sound. But we're going to do something here and play all three of them back just to get an idea. So that was all of them playing at the same time. Okay, so now what I want to do is, this is to make sure this will work, is we want to put them on a grid, right? So I go back to, I'll press main. Let's get my main back. There we go. I'm back on main again. I still got my eye open here, right? So I'm going to close this eye out. And now we're back to a regular screen for our main view. I'm going to select grid right here. And so I'm in vocal mix, right? That's track number 3. And so I'm also using the vocal mix drum program. So what I want to do here, I want to write in. So here in the top, I use my tools here. Of course, this first one is magnify, this is select, this is erase. And the very first one is the pencil tool. I can write. So I'm here on pad 1. It says A1 here. I'm going to try and get that in there. Well, I did that. And I'll press this one here. This one here. Hit the eraser tool. Okay. So now I've got them all at the same time. Now to hear this back without the music, I want to go back to main. And I want to solo this. Right here and play it. Now that chipmunk sounds kind of funny, but I can later on go back in and I can actually time stretch that sample. It will sound better than it does warping. I'm using warping though to give me an idea, can it be done, and how well will it sound once I get through. So I just want to get a good idea, and sometimes I even use that to add a kind of cool, weird effect to something. And you can always lower down the chipmunk. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to look at this from a perspective of a group, right? So I'm going to go back and open the eye back up again. And so now currently I can select any pad. I can hit a pad and we'll see the pad. You know, the pad will appear here if I select the pad, right? But in this group, there's only 3 samples. So I've got this group here. I want to make sure that I can have it affect all those sounds. So I want to come to here, and now I can use the vocal mix, the group. I want to apply an effect to the entire group. I'll come into the insert. I probably want to compress this up first. So I got dynamics up here. And look for me what compressor I think I want to use. I think a bus compressor is good for me. You know, I'll select this. I got a, oop, that's the wrong spot, so I want to make sure I get out of that spot and go to here. That's where I want to be at. And then we're going to select this again. Good. And then we want to go down and get my bus compressor right here and select that, a bus compressor. Now next what I want to do, besides compressing, I may want to add some sort of chorus to this effect. So I'll come to here and I'm going to find a chorus. So I'm going to leave here and we're going to modulation, which is already open here. And we got a multi-chorus right there, an air multi-chorus right there is pretty cool. And then I want to try a voice chorus. So we got 2 voice choruses, good. I'll press select, and that's good. So you see here we got some effects. So now what I want to do is close this window out. I'm still going to look here in my main, and I got the effects here, so I can press play, start. Okay, I like that. A little effect is pretty cool there. So now what I want to do is go back into here again to my inserts, and I want to change this, sort of edit this up. It's the initial setup, so I don't want that. I'll go back to here. I've already did some work already. I want that smooth chorus on there. Okay? And I'm going to go back to here again, and I want to hear this back. Play start. Okay, that's working for me so far. Now next what I want to do pretty much is get a balance of these vocals in this vocal mix. So I would tend to like go back into here. Let's close this out actually from there. And so now I'm going to leave the program we're in right now, which is my vocal mix program right here. And I want to go to here and go to my pads. So I can take each pad and lower them down. So I want to lower down. I'll press play. So I brought down 3. I want to balance 3 in the mix. So I want to get it so it doesn't sound too chipmunky, but it's still with it. Now I want to hit pad number 1 and make sure I can see pad number 1. And now what I want to do is adjust pad number 1 because the original sample is going to play too. So I'm going to go right back here and play this back again and bring down pad number 1. And bring this up a little bit. That's good. Now I'm going to pad number 2, and I want to press play start. And I can change the level of this. And I want to adjust his vocals. Okay, I got that where I want it to be. So next I want to sort of balance out the main lead vocal with it too. So I will turn off solo, solo's done, and I want to go back into my program, I'll turn off this one right here, and I want to look at the first program. And this is this one right here. And so I've got all these samples, all these files. I only want to hear though just the vocal, which is right here on pad number 10. So I want to go here, I'm going to press shift. I'm going to press the track mix, which actually becomes the pad mix. I go to here, and I'm going to go to mute. I'm in mute already, so I can go to here, I can mute out the sounds real quickly. I'm muting everything except for pad number 10. And I want to play it back. It's not too bad. This is a cool technique if you want to do club or house or R&B, even hip hop.